Alright. This should be better. Let's get our face in the game. Here we go. See my random YouTube. Let's go to the TV screen. Heyo. Alright. Why does my camera seem like blurry? Anyway, we're gonna settle. We're gonna settle for this. I don't have the other extra light here or anything, but thankfully the camera's working. Cheers, good evening. Let's hang out a bit and watch some chess. It's really lucky there's a bunch of games just started if you're already going. My son is asleep. The curry I cooked tonight was pretty good. So now I'm getting to relax. Alright, the music. I wonder, I'll make the music a bit softer, but I'll keep it in the background maybe. I don't know if that's too soft. I know you can tell me, is the music too loud or too soft? I don't know, Porn Fu, if you can tell me, I'd appreciate it. Is it a good volume? Anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna get looking at the games here, because there's a ton going on. Oh, there's 6 games going, alright. Let's slowly open them up. Alright, and we're gonna go back to the start of all of them. Just to catch up what's going on. It's only 6, right? We don't have to... Yeah, okay, that's good. 6 is a great number. Let's not get far. The volume is good. Alright, cool. Let's keep it. Death metal and you're good. I'm not really a death metal fan. There was a little bit of a phase somewhere there in university. I had a lot of friends. We had some friends who were like they were musicians. They had their own kind of metal band, not specifically death metal. Oh man, I was into a whole bunch of stuff. There was one band I literally only was not a band, I guess. Anyway, like the music was okay, but I really just went to them because my girlfriend, who I found very attractive, liked their music. So, and she liked to dance to their music, and I liked her dancing to that music. So, yeah, all the reasons she watched stuff. All right, so we've got PaulWithAnS versus Octacle. Let's actually look here. That's a board 4 game, and currently PaulWithAnS's team is on 3.5 out of 5, so Paul can draw for his team to get a draw at least. This is the white player, or if they win, their team takes the game. So e4, d5, e5, knight f, Italian, yeah. I never really played the Ruy Lopez myself, so I can't really speak about it too much, but yeah, so I'm glad it's Italian, I guess, because at least I remember some of the theory a little bit. Alright, yeah, this is literally what I used to play. Yeah, castle, easy. A4. I used to just play like here. I've sometimes played the Evans just for fun as well. Evans is pretty fun, right? And it's... Oh, I got my nanny cam on here. Little man's kind of nice. Okay. Okay. I'm semi on baby duty. My wife's gonna go shower in a bit, I think. Anyway, is the Evans Gambit... It's not dubious, right? It's not considered dubious, I think. Isn't it just kind of accepted as a generally good opening? I don't think super GMs whoop it out, but yeah, I feel like it's acceptable. Like top GMs do play it sometimes, right? I could be crazy. Anyway, 4, close up. Yeah, here we go. C3, looking good. Oh, and this is obviously also this. They don't want to lose the bishop, right? So if you don't play A4, if you play it directly, then goodbye light square bishop. So fair enough. Okay, dark square bishop trade. Oh, I like this. I like this for... Oh, and they take. Nice. Yeah, I like this for white. A lot of pawns in the middle coming through. F-file half open you can attack on. You can still bring your other knight across anyway, right? You just got a lot of coverage here as well. So if you break here now, you don't even need to like... Oh, you need your bishop here maybe to take care of that pawn, but you've got so much going on. It's pretty good. Castle, knight out first, rook over, rook e1. Is this because you're going to go directly and then you need 2 defenders of the E pawn. So you're not even going to put your light square bishop on C2. This is the plan I'm used to. You defend the pawn like this. Alright, so White's probably getting ready to put their D4 pawn up. Oh, yeah, that pawn isn't part of the defense, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, never mind. White decides just to trade off the light square bishops and jump the knight across. Alright, oh, 1 second. Gotta check what the wife sent us. Is it good news? Oh, it's photos from Miles from years ago. Good memories. Hang on, back to the baby cam. Knight's over. Now black's the one that breaks. Interesting. Yeah, easy break for white, I guess. Now, do you want to play e4 and give them f4? No, you don't. Alright, you are in fact going to f5 yourself. Yeah, f5 hits the queen. Very nice. And you're still not giving them f4, yeah? So you're just defending. Yeah, oh. Gotta be careful. Black's getting a lot of activity against this pretty central pawn structure. You can hit that queen again, but then... Oh, you can hit it again, and you can jump your knight in here. And then the queen is starting to run out of squares. It has... Oh, isn't that just trapped queen? Hang on. If I go here, and you try to stick around, right? Like, anywhere here, then your queen's dead. So you'd have to run away. I feel like there was maybe something there for white. Could be wrong. Oh, let me quickly check here. Just 1 second. Right, all good. Little man is good. Alright, we jump the knight in directly. What are we? Double attacking the G7 pawn, I guess. Now finally the pawn goes up. Now the knight can't come back. That's quite nice. You take, they take here. That's a great fork. Oh, wow. Okay, white is really putting the screws on black, eh? Coming back to the f5 square again, maybe. Yeah. Queen takes. H pawn is weak. Alright, so white's up an exchange, which is really nice. There's a weak d pawn, like a backwards d pawn, unfortunately. Like black could kind of just force them to take back it, maybe. Okay. King h2. Getting the king out of the way of... Oh, you don't want to walk into the check, right? If they go here... Do you take? And then like run your king over? I mean, they'll get a nice pawn structure and a protected passer, so you probably don't want to take. Do you defend the pawn? Well, actually, I thought that white was definitely better, but now I'm not so sure, to be honest. Yeah. This looks like it could get tough, huh? Let's see. Hey, Barbara, good morning. Goodness me, it's 10:15 my side, but good morning to you. I hope you're doing good. Doing good. Oh, I don't know, in this position... I feel like black might actually be slightly better. There's not a lot of open lines for the rooks to run around on. That knight is on a great outpost. A lot of juicy squares, including this backwards pawn. And you can, you can trade it. Oh, hang on. You can't take with the other pawn because the knight's hanging. Does this work? Oh, wow. Does d4 just work here? d4... And if you let me... I just play d5, I guess? And just get the protected passer, thank you very much. I don't really... In this position, isn't d4 actually just totally playable? If they take this way, just thank you very much for the knight. Take here, I take back. Still can't take. If you take with the rook, I take this way here. Again, thank you for the knight. And that single pawn is never going to make it, right? Oh, maybe rook f3 was a bit of a chance lost by white. Alright, so we're going to take a second here and move on to the next game, because we've got to kind of just catch up a little bit. This is Minot versus computer user. So let's go computer Minot. Computer user's team. Oh, this is the same team. Okay, so this is board 3 and 4 from the same team. And then Minot is on Octacle's team. Alright, so let's see. It's a d4 game. d5, c4, e6. Queen's gambit decline. Knight f3. Knight f6, knight c3. Bishop e7. Okay, wow. So no exchange variation or anything like that. And white's just doing like the standard development strategy. Nice. I recently played this against like a Tarrasch and just loved it. I guess I didn't know what else to do, and it was just such an easy strategy to play. Oh, and takes the space. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so no more pressure. White's just saying thank you very much. I will come at your queen side, I guess. Yo, and you're gonna struggle to... Would you take the dark square bishop? I wonder. Yeah, coming at you. Oh, I'm liking this. Oh wow. Double attack, triple attack, gotta take it. Break the pin. Oh wow. I'm loving this. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you can get them with the rook there though. Isn't that a bit of a scary square for your queen to sit on? It's the only square available besides a3. Oh, you can also take that pawn, yeah. Alright, another knight's pinned to the queen. You got a really nice jump here. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Alright, so white actually sacked a pawn in the end. But the bishop is good. The knights are pretty good, I'd say. They've got this square into this square, maybe. Like this, or like this. Black's got some pretty good squares here too, though. And the light square bishop can probably find a bit of action, so... I wonder, would you say that black's better here, or white's better? This is non-sugar. Grapefruit. Genon. It's like a gin and tonic, I guess. Okay, up with the queen instead. Hits the bishop. Okay, looking for the trade. Looking for a dark square of their own. Okay, okay. Not convinced about the trading, to be honest. I think I would have... am I missing something? I think I would have considered not trading. You've got control of this square still. Oh, maybe it's just that black just really wants to like make sure they have enough development. It is a nice square for the knight. But that light square bishop needs to make a move so that the rooks can get out. And the queen is actually blocking in the F rook, isn't it? We've got all the dark squares, right? So you can just come chill. Queen can't come in anywhere. The light square bishop. Yeah, you've got like one or two squares for it, I guess. Would there be any world where black's... Oh, when white's okay, like, you know what, take my rook because your knight's too strong. Because it's hard to get rid of it, yeah? Sure. And of course also your bishop's being hit. So you move your rook, they take your bishop potentially. Yeah, I think black came out pretty good of this situation. Not nearly as tough as it originally looked. This was a nice chance for them. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of expecting the knights to jump and kind of like avoid the trade because you've got so much activity and stuff. But maybe I'm missing something. Okay, we'll come back again. Moving on to the third game. The third game is Phenomenon 10 versus Juandeleon. Alright, we'll just quickly look here. This is a different team, Control Alt Resign versus Minerva's Horse. So juandeleon is leading, their team's leading 3-1. So if juandeleon wins, they at least get a draw. If black wins, if white wins, they're trying to get a sum back. Alright, cool. Sicilian, close Sicilian. Oh, this is a Grand Prix attack, isn't it? Nice. Fianchetto against the Grand Prix. Yes, 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 yes. A4. A4 against the... I play against the Grand Prix, not B. I wasn't planning to play B here, though. Okay. Okay. Yeah, E6 closes it up. Oh, okay. Is this... Are you supposed to play that? Are you gonna try get a knight in here? Is this the point of getting the knight in here? Like here, here, here. And then black has to play their knight like this to try and counter it. Oh, it's literally that's the yeah, okay, this is what we're doing. Now at the right moment. Oh, you could have just done it here though, can't you? If I hit you here, where's your knight got to go? You can get my pawn, but I can check your... Hang on, isn't this just winning the light square bishop? You have to like... If I do this, you have to break the center to force me to move my knight. I take here, then you take there. I think this forces d5. Yeah. Hey, some rapid play. Yeah. It's like 10:30 almost. I mean, I normally play my games or stream in the evening, right? 9 o'clock onwards. That's normally when we've kind of got my son to bed. My wife is also not expecting anything more of me right now. But before I go to sleep tonight, maybe I'll do some dishes and clean some baby bottles and stuff like that. Yeah, 11:25. So it was 23 when you asked. What time is it where you are, by the way? I also don't know where you are. Barbara told me good morning, so I'm guessing they're on the other side in the States somewhere. Or maybe South America? Canada? But the States is probably the easiest guess. Alright, well, I don't know. I feel like G4 would have been fun. But anyway, all good. Castle first, and then takes the knight. Okay, so what are we saying? That the light square bishops are necessary. Okay, here come black, comes in with the d5. And white does not take en passant. Doesn't want to open up the dark square bishop. Doesn't want to let go of their advanced e-pawn. Okay, and this is where they are right now. I mean, this clearly looks like a great move. Just open up that light square bishop because it's unopposed. Blocking in this dark square bishop a little bit. I guess they'll try and like knock your pawns down a bit. But even if that happens, you still... The point is you want the diagonal. You don't want them to close up with d4. If I was black, would I take the knight? There is, in the Grand Prix specifically, but I think some other stuff as well, you can take with the g-pawn. Because this pawn structure with a minor piece and whatever can kind of keep your king relatively safe. And also because this knight will be the one taking, so h5 doesn't really get hit by the other knight anytime soon. Although if you're gonna push d4, maybe d4 and take with your e-pawn. They push to try and get a knight in there. Take, check. Oh no, maybe you don't want to take with the e-pawn. Or in that case, I don't know. I mean, this Darkwood bishop's not doing much, and it's going to struggle to get into the game. But your Lightscope bishop's crushing it. And at least this is your defensive one, so it's not like they're going to be attacking. Because if they do, the bishop kind of gets to do its job a little bit. Indiana. Ah, okay. I got it, I got it. I don't know why I'm still awake. 11:25. Oh, summer play, are you sitting in Australia? Nice. Does Antarctica have a time zone? Good question. I guess it depends on which area you live. Something like that, right? It has all the time zones. GG. Paula, Indiana. Nice. It's all the time zones and none of them. I wonder. I've never really considered that. Susan, you're coming with the big questions, eh? It's too much for me. Oh, nice. Australia, man. Very nice. I don't know if you were here when the stream just popped open. As I opened up, my YouTube was open, and there was a recommended video from an Australian woman who's in Japan, and she does little videos about her life here. 50 and living in Japan and stuff like that. She's older, came here by herself to like live a new life kind of thing. That's all I've got for Australia today. Okay, we're gonna move on. We'll see later what they did here. I'm flipping out. This game's done already. Oh, this one, 26 minutes and it's done? Oh wow, did someone just like... Okay, let's quickly just catch up what happened here. D4, C4, knight C, over G6, C... Okay, so this is a not exchange Grunfeld. I don't know, I only played the exchange Grunfeld basically. Cool, I kind of like what White's doing here, although apparently it wasn't good. At the end, taking the space is always fun. It's probably not right. I don't know if they should take the space, but it's always fun. Everyone castles. Black starts to break, and they take. Okay, so we're opening up the game a little bit. What? Oh, wow. White just, like, hung there. Oh, did they just, like, fall asleep? Oh, wow, okay. So they took with their knight. Did they mean to take with their pawn, maybe? And then play the bishop up? And then by accident they took with the knight and then played the bishop. No, but they took with the pawn back anyway, so it's not like they... What? Maybe they were just so disgusted that they took with the pawn, breaking up the pawn chain, that they decide, ugh, I have no idea what happened here. Alright, well, GG. I don't even know if I should tell them I covered their game. They probably won't be happy about it. It's a board 2 game, no less. Alright, someone fell asleep at the wheel. Let's just move on. I don't think we need to watch this too much. Time fell asleep. Alright, cool. Summer Playper, have a good night's rest. Be safe. Thanks for saying hi. Definitely you should go to bed. Pawn Fu. I lived in New Zealand for a year and remember looking over at Australia where everything and their grandmom seems out to kill you. Yeah, that's Australia's, whatchamacallit, reputation, right? Everything, even like swimming knives, everything. One of the stand-up comedians I like, Dylan Moran, he also makes a joke about that. It's super hot, everything tries to kill you, what in the world? Okay, we're just going to close this one. You know, things happen sometimes. Alright, we've got 2 more games to catch up. So this mongreltiger is in the stream a lot. This is board 8. Let's have a look. Mongreltiger, let's go. osumarko, I'll cheer for black because I don't know the other player. Alright. Very... Okay, I mean this is perfectly fine still. We're all just playing standardish looking loose, going into a Tarrasch of sorts, I guess. A semi-Tarrasch, I'm not sure. Again, c5. We're seeing a lot of c5s in the d4 games. A lot of white players taking the space. Okay. Oh, double attacking the weak pawn. Oh man, just attacking everything. Okay, white's just, I'm gonna attack this, and I'm gonna attack this, and I'm gonna attack this. Okay, but they didn't trade any of it off. Okay, and now pawns are starting to fall. Oh wow. Things are happening. Everything's attacking everything, but the pieces didn't get traded. Alright, so that pawn's gonna be down. Black's gonna be up a pawn now. I don't know. This game got very intense very quickly with all these minor pieces just like getting right up in Black's side of the board. Look at this. Alright, this guy's undefended. This guy's undefended. mongreltiger. Everything is in front of you. There's so many things you can take. Black books. Yeah. Pawn for you. No. Yeah. Black books. I liked Limerand's earlier stand-up when they had more kind of like energy. It was really funny a lot of the time. Nowadays when I watch, he seems a little bit like tired out. He's not so energetic. I mean, he's getting older as well, but yeah, like his kind of energetic style was a big part of why it was funny, I think. Yeah, but Black Books is hilarious. There's some really great stuff. I was remembering when like other guy is it Manny, gets locked in the shop and he's like grilling the bees on a little Spitfire thing. That was like the dead bees from the window. There's a bunch of silly things. It's really fun times. Alright. Okay, I think we've got a point here where people have to sit and wait, so we're gonna move on and get to our sixth game. Oh, Susie Dent was here as well. SedNomini. Alright, I'll cheer for Sed. Sed streamed back in the day, and I remember seeing them streaming and talking about how they organize with their wife to have time between kids and house life to stream stuff, so they don't stream anymore, but I always remember that about them. Oh, and Alipin. I played my Alipin game yesterday. I play the bomb in the fence here, d5. It was a really fun game. I was apparently only slightly tiny better the whole time. White was slightly tiny better the whole time. Then it was an absolute flat out draw, 0-0-0. And then I blundered and it wasn't anymore. But it happens. Alright, so yeah, you gotta move some pawns in the center in some way. Yeah, okay. Okay, lots of pressure on that knight. And takes. Alright. This is an interesting setup. I don't think I've played like this before, but this is pretty cool. This is like playing a French without playing the d-pawn forward. So you can get your light square bishop on this diagonal maybe. You gotta be careful about this. This pawn might be weak if the knight moves though. I have no idea what a4 of a5 is about, to be honest. Is it to avoid dislodging the knight? Oh, okay, they're doing this. Okay. Black's got plans. Oh, okay. Change your plans. Change your plans. Didn't this just work anyway though? Oh, the light square bishop I guess could go away. You would have to make it go away because if you moved it like, oh, you could make it go here, I guess. If you didn't, I would take, and then I would be able to take here. Oh, but then I can't defend it. Oh, well, I can take with check. It's always important to be able to take with check. Anyway, onto the long diagonal instead. Queen f4, and then onto the other diagonal. Alright. I'm not sure why I didn't think. Maybe did they think that their knight wasn't defended? They could have done it in one move, couldn't they? Unsure. I like the general setup. This does feel a bit like a French. It's not, but it feels tiny Frenchish. I don't know why this king hasn't decided to castle yet. This is not a pawn structure, I know. It's very interesting, never playing a d-pawn forward. That's something new to me. Pawn Fu. I saw Dylan Moran here in Sweden about a year ago and he was in bad state. Oh no, but old stuff is great. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I guess it's true, hey? I thought maybe I just like saw some, unfortunate time stuff. But yeah, he was really, really funny originally. I thought it was really good stuff. Didn't he play in like Shaun of the Dead or something as well? I didn't know him from that really, and I don't think he was specifically funny, but Black Books was very funny. Black Books was really good. Jordan, you know SedNomini as well? Wait, isn't he your teammate? Yeah, I don't know, this like no D5 or D6 plan in a Sicilian kind of thing is very interesting. It's not something I know. Alright, I'm going to quickly refresh the TV stream, but I think we're hopefully, yeah, only the 5. Let's keep it that way. Okay, we're going back to the start of the line. Alright, here, oh yeah, in this one, white played rook up, but I feel like actually d4 was playable because the knight is defended by one of the pawns. Anyway, they could still have played d4 here even, can't they? It's the same. You could still play d4, can't you? If they take, the knight hangs. If they take this or you take again, and you can just keep on taking and eventually the knight hangs, right? If they don't take, you can push past and have protected passer, which is pretty nice. King ups, king up. They're trying to walk their king in. If you go here, is it? It's mate. That would be kind of funny. Sad, but funny. Alright, now they finally push it forward. Okay, fair enough. Well, you don't want to push to let the knight in here because it attacks this pawn. And gets on this square as well, I guess. Alright, just drop the knight back instead. Oh, trying maybe to swing it over to this side of the board now. For real though, I feel like they could have just played the pawn up already way at the start. Takes. Double up. Oh, schnappadizzles. Alright. I mean, that's going to be an okay trade for white though, because now the game is opening up and it's knight versus bishop. What am I saying? It's rook versus knight. Falling asleep here. What, the knight literally has only like 2 squares to consider. And the rook's coming in. Nope, what am I talking about? It totally had another square. White can't trade. You can do this though. They can't defend it twice because you take. If they take here and you'll be in time. If they don't, you can take. There's no check in this position, right? This seems pretty good. Maybe they jump here. Check here. Trying to get your king around, maybe? This attacks so many pawns though, that's kind of dangerous, isn't it? Yeah, the knight's gonna have a field day with all of these semi-isolated pawns. I mean, it's not isolated, but it's kind of isolated, right? Because the other pawn can't get forward. Uncomfortable stuff. Thought white would be better, but it doesn't look like it. Maybe you should have hung your... Maybe you should have let them take the doubled pawn. So that you have a tempo to get your rook into the game. And go after the other pawns. I don't know if defending that pawn is worth it. Alright. Moving on. Oh, my drink's always done. Yeah. Alright. Back over here. Oh, wow. Yeah, this one also I thought white was better, but then after the knight jumps, the longer they look at it, the more it looks like black's doing great. Okay, so white decided, yeah, rook c6, defended by the knight, hitting the backwards pawn a little bit, and kind of inviting the light square bishop to move up, which it does. And then they move into d6. That's very committal, isn't it? You're kind of like getting stuck in a corner. You can only move sideways. And if they take like this, they didn't take though. Okay, now if they take, then your rook starts hanging. Bishop's hanging. This pawn hangs. Okay, white's coming in with the tricks, eh? I'm so surprised that black hasn't just taken the bishop though. I feel like it puts a lot of pressure in the position. Also takes the d4 knight's defense away. So it's a little bit loose. But anyway. Okay, and in comes the knight. Oh, white is milking this defense. Queen backwards, walks into a fork. So what's queen e8 the only way to keep the bishop safe? Queen e8, take. I mean, I don't see... You can't attack the queen in any way. Oh, you can take this way, I guess. No, but your queen's hanging. This is the only move, isn't it? There's nowhere else to go that's useful. Shows what I know. Okay, so what's the point? Take. And if you take here... What's wrong with queen e8? Do you walk into some other problems? Everything here is still semi-defended, isn't it? Then your knight starts hanging, but you can do this then, hitting the queen and defending the knight. They could still do this. Other rook over. Ah, this guy's... Oh my goodness. Queen can go here. No, it can't go back. Queen f6. Hey, Jose! Honestly, I feel like that's some kind of quote from a kid's story. Hey, Jose, hey, Jose. I'm not sure. Anyway, welcome back. Haven't seen you on stream at all. Glad to have you here. Tell me why queen f6 was the right move to play for black. I'm looking at this position, I'm trying to figure it out a little bit, but I'm not quite getting it. I mean, there's a lot to look at, and I guess white is also running out of time, so maybe that's part of the plan, but I expected queen e8. Alright, so white says, fine, I'll take 2 minus for a rook, I guess? Alright, I don't know, this was black made this decision. Show us why. Alright, yes. I mean, I do realize that you can like hit the bishop in some way, but I feel like that's not it. Or is it like this? And then here, and then the bishop's stuck in these squares. Could that be it? Oh no. Because white can take and you take and then take again, and they get 2 pawns and kind of a check open king for a bishop, and they already got 2 minus for a rook. Yeah, it's been a while since I checked your stream videos. By the way, playing as an alternate this season. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, alternates is a pretty good time, yeah. There's a lot of flexibility. You can play when you have time. You don't have to play. This season there's also not enough alternates, I think, so I'm sure if you haven't already, you will probably get options to play most weeks. I know that last week, for instance, there was like 17 alts played, and only 2 boards had no alt scheduled, and that's because the ones that were there didn't accept the request. There were requests, but no one took it. So I think we had like 7 scheduled or forfeited games, scheduled draws or forfeited games. Alright, black isn't moving, so I feel like maybe there was no super secret plan. Maybe queen e8 just had a problem. Maybe that's why. Alright, let's go and move on. Check in with Phenomenon and juandeleon. Okay, yeah, d5 expected, knight back, and then here we were wondering if they were going to take or not take or push something. Alright, they just get the queen out and take back with the e-pawn. Yeah, I thought this was uncomfortable, but I guess the queen is here to help, so that should be okay for now, and you can get your rooks over. I like this song. Okay, trying to get the dark square bishop out here maybe? Yeah, there's d4. Very comfortable move for white, I think. Alright, bring the knight across. Oh, threaten a little mate. Let's threaten a little mate, why not? Threaten a bit of mate while I'm at it. Okay, and now we're going to try and open up the game. And also hit your queen. Oh, this is a nice setup for black if white takes it, but I see they didn't. Queen up, took there, takes back with the pawn. Now you also have f4 ideas at some point, although that square's pretty crazy protected, so maybe the lion brings out a rook just to attack this pawn again. They can defend it though again. Maybe they try something like, oh no, that's not defended. Gotta be careful. Yeah, rook a8, that seems mega natural for black. Get the last piece in the game. Last piece in the game, and then you got some potential plans. This guy maybe goes out here, I guess. Yo, I don't know, I felt like black was doing pretty good, but this looks actually like white is just holding so comfortably, and there's no strong way to get through. Bishop f4 also just defends that pawn. It's not easier to take it unless you like double up on it or something maybe, and then the rook can come over. You can open up the queen side though. You can do here, and if they take, you take back with your bishop. You can threaten to take the knight, and then that will like this weak, but your a pawn will be weak, so depending on how white sets up, you just got to be careful about that. Okay, we'll give them a second and check in with mongreltiger. Alright, white had just everything lined up in their face. Black won a pawn. Did they? Or did white win a pawn? No one won a pawn. It's equal. Oh, but this pawn is hanging and it can be taken. Right. Okay. So first they took a knight though, because it's hanging. Dangerous. Dangerous. And white said, thank you, I will get a connected passer at least. A protected passer. Hits the knight. Pawn's weak. Threatens mate. Knight f4. Knight f4 is a good move. Hits the queen, protects the mate. Nice find by white. Very nice. Now black's got to make a new move again. Way to go. I think you literally only have two moves. Here and here. Everything else hangs your queen. Maybe they were just too fast with this, to be honest. You could even have pushed there, to be honest. Oops. My thinking with why they might have been just too fast is maybe you could have used these knights. You know, get them to come around, play interference, mess with something. And then when your queen comes in, there's just too many pieces attacking one of the pawns or something, maybe? Little man sleeping. Yeah, okay, queen back, safety first. Knight f3, I saw knight f3, but then I didn't know what's useful, but I see that it actually gets the bishop. Yeah, that might have been a good one. Yeah, I looked at this and I was like, aha, and I missed this one. Yeah, and between the two, would you trade off one of your knights for the dark square bishop? Probably, I guess. The game is opening up a bit. Yeah, getting the bishop here is not too bad, maybe. Also avoids any of this trading problems here, so this knight might be free to take that square up even. Hit some other squares. Anyway, queen went back. So no harm, no foul with the queen, just running away. Safety first. Oh man, still sleeping. Alright, one move back. Let's check in with game 5. Oh, game 5's over. Ooh, hang on. Let's see, we leave off. Oh cool, this structure that I didn't know, but was interesting. And then yeah, the second move was kind of strange. I thought they would just play bishop a6 directly. Took it. a3, a4, queen back, knight over. A very nice fork here. Oh, but we're leaving open the file. Oh, snaps. Okay, oversight by black. Just blanked on the fact that the king isn't castled and whatnot. I mean, if you just castled, the queen comes in or the knight comes in. The queen's on the wrong file, on the wrong color. They need to be able to get here, I guess, to hit all the squares. You could just castle, right? There's no immediate threat. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's a pretty mate. Unfortunate here. Yeah, and you got nowhere to go because that advanced pawn is just in the way. Wow. Alright, well, congrats to white. snehulCZ, that is a very pretty mate on the board, and unfortunate for black. Maybe just not focusing quite so much and just giving white that C file. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Definitely something that could have been avoided. Tough stuff. So you think it loses a piece? Yeah, but you're like properly calculating. I'm in like spectator mode, right? Although based on last night, maybe my spectator mode is my game mode as well. Oh man, losing yesterday was very frustrating. Alright, well GG, that was a very pretty mate. I like the layout of the mate. It's unfortunate though for black, clearly. Alright, I know there's some other games that are going to start, by the way, but I don't think we can cover much more than the ones we are covering, so we're not going to get into it. Alright, yeah, knight d3 we saw king over. I did consider king over as well. And then I thought they might just jump anyway and kind of force you to try and make some plans. Because if they take here, they defend a backward pawn as well. And if you move up, they take. And, you know, just going out for it. King up as well. Yeah, you check once and then you take the pawn, Joe. And take, yeah. Feel like there must be some... Yeah, I guess that works. Get the king in. Gets that pawn. I don't think the h5 pawn really matters just yet. But finally white's got their rook active at least. This is troublesome. Here I take, protecting the backwards pawn. Up, they're coming over instead. Yeah, what's your plan? I'm very confused why they jumped this way. Oh, this is literally what they did. Knight c4. Okay, we just went there and went back. Alright. H-pawn is running, but it's not really running. Check. Yeah, black's a little bit in control here, right? Tiny bit. Although this knight situation's now been... I thought they could do this. Defense this, and the rook can't get here to hit the knight. 1 second. Here. You go here. They've got no checks, they can't defend the pawn. And when they run in here, you take. Defends the backward pawn. And the a-pawn stops their rook from hitting your knight. I mean, you can't move anything, which is a bit frustrating. You could slowly do this, I guess. Check, and you can kind of like try and guide a pawn down. And at the right moment, maybe you can even get a check on their king somewhere here. A little fork. Check again, forward. Why did they go backwards in the first place? It's that backwards pawn. Hello. I think you gotta go for it while you can, because now all of a sudden the h-pawn and the g-pawn are falling. Looks like black, yeah, looks like black's getting pushed into a corner now. This rook's starting to run around. Scary, scary. I've got to go play my 960 game. Jordan, enjoy your 960 game. I hope you prepped. You're throwing out moves that catch my eye. Usually they are bad and I haven't calculated them either. Alright. Alright, Susie, you are forgiven. I assume, given your general strength, that you would have a better eye for a quick move look. But understood that you did not calculate either. Alright, now white I think is just going for it. I mean, that didn't, yeah, GG. That's a tough one. That was a tough one. I felt like black had a chance here around... Oh, I'm sleeping. What if you push here? You can't defend the pawn, can you? You can't get there to do like a beautiful fork either. Or maybe you had to take. Here, I think this was the move. They go back, you take. It's hard for them to get here. If you do this and they go there, you take, they take. They're 4 moves away from castle. Yeah, I guess you're kind of struggling the whole time. 1, hit the rook, 2. Yeah, it's tricky. You can't... I guess you could go here and they can get you. Maybe it's just losing already. Tough one. Alright. We've got 3 games still remaining. We'll see how long we keep going because it's hit 11. So I'm thinking maybe my 1 hour of chill time watching games is getting to a close. Alright, this is black to show us what the plan was with their setup there. I thought it was something with these pawns hitting the bishop. You know, opening up on the rook, or the knight or something. Alright, it's the knight. Protects it. King's out. Okay, so there was nothing. Black maybe just saw something really bad with Queen E8 and decided not to play it. Rook's getting active. Queen's also getting active. Wait, isn't this just... Oh yeah, this is probably what they're aiming at, isn't it? Okay, black rose sword. If I take and you take back, do I have anything? Probably not. Maybe just bringing this knight around. Here they go there, you take. Not a lot of time left. Not a lot of time left. Susie, by the way, I'm always curious, people who are, you know, stronger on the upper boards, have you just played chess for a really long time? Did you try to play a little bit more serious for a while? Are you just randomly playing online and just happen to be comfortably good at it? What's the secret? Ignore the secret part. I'm just kind of curious what the background is for you with chess. I'm expecting knight d4. It just kind of makes sense to me. Get here. Knight d4 here. You can... No, you can't. Knight d4 here does kind of leave you with not a lot of options. Fair enough. You have to run away like a lot. Oh, to make the 2 minor pieces work, eh? I mean, the knight's hanging, yes, so I guess White's just trying to figure out what the best jump is. Would they go back? And then you just triple attack it probably, so you gotta move it. This jump is possible, but I don't really see the value. This is possible, you get like a 1 hit, and then you gotta like jump it back in somewhere, I guess. This just look... The point here though is that your queen isn't protected with the rook, so you're not pushing anymore. So here, and they can put any rook there, and your queen has to run somewhere. Oh, I didn't like this. That was actually the move that I didn't like. Still, what's the other option? Rook c1 again. Sugoine. 2 minors for a rook and a pawn. But the space we're playing in is quite open, right? Here, open, open, open. So the rooks are doing pretty okay with the queen. Tough stuff. You say, I've only been playing for a few years, almost entirely online. I got a bit obsessed for a while and improved quite rapidly. Nice. I only started playing OTB a few months ago. You can see a few years ago on my leeches when I was a complete beginner. Wow, that's fantastic. I did not get completely... Well, no, actually, I was also a little bit caught up in chess for quite a while during COVID. That's so nice, though. I wish I was just naturally amazing at the game. I'm okay, I guess. I'm enjoying it, at least, I think, because that's probably the most important part. Alright, let's have a look at the other two games. I think we might actually wait for this one to finish even, because it looks with the time trouble that White's in, the game might not last super long, one way or another. Okay, they did bring the rook over, they did bring the bishop up, block the pawn, and they're doubling up against it, I think. I expected rook AE, but are they doing that? King away, queen over, rook up. Oh, you can't move here because this hangs. Hang on, isn't that already hanging? What happens if I take? You take, I take. You take, I take. Oh, sorry, I missed that the knight's protecting it, so you don't maybe want to lose your rook for a pawn. Yeah, I think I started in 2019 myself. Like literally just before COVID started. I came back from holiday from South Africa, I brought a chessboard back. Got into it. Oh, I want to go back to the previous game again. Ah, they did play rook b6. Very uncomfortable for white. Can't take the pawn. Don't have any moves here. You still have to run. Oh, either way you have to run away. Oh no, sorry, you do have this square now. Yeah. Take. Any rook check here. Doesn't quite give you something. Although you can take out... Can you take out the knight? Yeah, because the defensive squares are covered. So you could take, and here to... Oh, but then you lose this pawn. Oh, snap. Yeah, maybe you don't want to take. Alright, and our third game that's still going. Yeah. Okay, and here's the one with like the knight f3, here, some such and others. Oh, hang on, don't you like... Oh, it's not nice. Anyway, queen back, rook over, knight into the square. Trade off the dark square bishops. Okay, sack the exchange with the pawn and getting one of them back. Is there any... Not really. Like, this would be so fun, right? But it doesn't work, because you need... No, let's just take here. Still, check. Oh, hello. Oh, dangerous. I think you have to take like this now. And then you've got one of these as well to hit that. No, not quite. Damn, good thing that didn't go here. That's mate, right? Here, take, knight over... King f1. Yo, mongreltiger coming in with the attack, eh? Just gotta find a way to get the rook in the game, maybe. It'll be interesting to follow what happens to your chess now that the baby is here. My chess now that the baby is here. My feeling so far is having a son has made me feel a lot more purposeful about what I'm doing. So if I'm going to spend time on chess, I want to try and get better. If I'm spending time streaming, I want to try and grow the channel. You know, if I think about going back to work, I want to try and, you know, make some moves, keep on, you know, improving and whatnot. And more recently this week, we started thinking about should we buy a house or build a house at some point. because we're in Japan, apartments are pretty big in the city, so we still live in an apartment rental right now. It's nice. It's expensive though. We could probably buy a plot, build a house, and pay less per month, paying off a mortgage than we pay now for rent. The trick is that houses in Japan tend to depreciate incredibly fast, so it's not really like in the other Western countries where the building is considered somewhat of an asset or an investment. Like the plot or the ground, the space you buy here can appreciate, but buildings tend to be written off in X years. So yeah, you probably want to buy or build if you know that's where you're going to be living long term, and we are a little bit unsure. My wife doesn't really want to stay in Osaka forever, so maybe we come towards the Fukuoka side of Japan eventually. We'll see. I find that children are a limiting factor. Children is definitely a limiting factor. If I had freedom to do, I would be on the stream incredible amounts right now. I started a little like quick opening solutions video series I want to do a little bit of as well. Like, you know, if you have no time, then you can like spend X minutes just looking at this quickly, and then you can go play against some other opening. It's just focusing on the line that you can choose and force through, and if there's some easy plan that you can follow, because that's kind of how I've done some of my prep recently. So hey Jim, sorry I responded very slowly. Nice to have you come past there. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, by the way. I'm not sure how your games have been going. You are playing this season again, right? Oh, they did take the pawn. No mate here, but oh, hang on. Was it necessary to move their king? That's not mate, the knight takes. Here everything's protecting it as well. But now he just walked into... wow, there's a lot to calculate here, but I think that king e1 was a mistake for white. You know, one of the guys can come over, you can push the king onto the file. Ooh, wouldn't that just be mate then? I do this, you move your queen somewhere, and I do this. Oh no, hang on, you can put your bishop here. My bad, my bad. Oh, hang on, that's maybe why they did it, so they have a bishop that can go here. Wow, that would be really fun if it wasn't though. My bad, they have the bishop coming in on all of these plans. Could have been pretty good though. You played Gilbert in the Chess 90 yesterday? Nice, how was it? I hope it was a good time. I played them for the first time last season, I think. They played the Nimzo Larsen, I was down a pawn, and then they repeated one too many times, and it was a threefold repetition draw. So that was kind of a funny way to end. Unexpected. Not quite that I don't think they actually planned it, but they said the fact that they couldn't count repetitions means that they're probably too tired anyway, so everyone was happy with the draw. Hello. I like this aggression. This is looking good. Can you stop that? Your queen is hit and your knight is hit. It's a fork. You can't check in any way. I guess knight h3 at least, you know, counter attacks the queen. So you can maybe lose the knight for the pawn. Yeah, it's a nice find by black. Well done, black. Alright, back to Minot. I want to see what's happening there. Alright. Queen up, they did take. Oh, and then just like curled up into a ball. Rook G8. Defend our pawns. Okay. Yeah. Just slowly trying to make the situation uncomfortable for black. What if you go here though? That guy's not defended. They have to run back. Or they have to attack other pawns another way. This guy defends those pawns. This guy defends this pawn. Now this pawn can finally move though. No, sorry, what am I saying? This pawn can't move. The king can come out here. Actually, it's not possible to unwind from this position, is it? Your king can't leave because the pawn falls. Your rook can't leave because the pawn falls. And your king can't get to their pieces. Oh, wow. They just like bound the situation up, I guess. Enjoyed the game. Yeah, I'm not playing 45-45. Oh, okay, you're out of 45-45 this season. Alright, well, I'm glad you're into the 960 at least, so we have some games. It's not built into the TV, so I can't follow everything so easily, but maybe I'll come watch some of those at some point as well. Could be fun. Yeah, important to be excited if you want to play, hey? Sometimes we burn out a bit. Then you got to take a break and do something else so that you can come back and still enjoy yourself, for sure, for sure. Your last place in fantasy? Don't worry. I'm probably not doing too good myself, to be honest. PaulWithAnS is here, so their game obviously with the previous one that finished. Alright, I think I'm getting close to calling it, by the way. I'm not going to keep going for too long tonight. I'm a little bit sleepy. I want to get into bed. I mean, this looks so nice. You have to block again. Trying to see if there's like some kind of break. Stops it. Yeah, they've just locked up the position so much. Okay, and they're still thinking. Back here. Alright, time's running out. On all sides, including for us. I think a bunch of other games have started as well. Fantasy is rigged. That's one way to think about it, I guess. That's possible, it's completely possible. Listen, I think I'm gonna call it, to be honest. I'm a little bit sleepy. I'm not opening up the new games because I don't really want to extend the stream. I've had my hour. It was really nice. Thank you everyone who came past to say hi. Might be on again tomorrow night. Might do it for longer. I'm also still a little bit hungry, so I made curry tonight. I might go get some more food. Oh, okay. Black goes for a pawn and white says I'm taking it. Is there going to be a potential mate over here? I think white might be able to get a mate. Don't you think? The pawn's falling, right? Yeah, you got to move the king. And you can't take with the rook. If you trade off the rook, this whole thing falls apart. I think you take with the knight. Yeah. Now this pawn is being threatened as well. Oh, you can also take that pawn this way because the knight's protected. But then after this, I'm not so sure. They're so wound up in all the pieces. This is protecting this, which is protecting this. I really don't want to do this because the king gets in between everything. Maybe you do take this way. Yeah, because then the king still can't go anyway there. And if you go there and they take here, only squares here, 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 only squares here. Here, only squares here. And then you just go down and... yeah, gotta defend against this. Yo, interesting stuff. I guess you could jump back the same way. Oh, they're coming in with the pawn. Here, and if you go here, then here, then you have to jump back. Yeah, this is the same kind of thing. You got to push the king into the bottom. Alright, now I feel like maybe I should just stick around for this game, because this looks like it's going to be a fun mate situation. Oh. If this is a queen, it would be mate. What if you take this way? If they take... no, this square is still open. There's nothing there. Yo. H5 kind of spoiled it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to call it. I think my mother-in-law is back. Let me go wash some dishes and get everything sorted out. Thanks again, everyone, for coming past and join us a little bit. I hope that you have a great rest of the day or rest of the evening, whichever part of the world you are. If you're in Antarctica, enjoy all of the time zones all at once. And maybe see you again tomorrow. Otherwise, see you again next week. Definitely Monday. We'll be here with the recap stream for this series, for the season again. Ciao, ciao.